Self-motivation is a continuous process of self-discipline and perseverance. It's not something that conveniently shows up when you're in need. Instead, it's built from the daily grind of pushing yourself beyond comfort. True motivation is deeply personal, born from understanding your core desires and what truly drives you. While external sources like videos or books can ignite a spark of inspiration, this is often short-lived. To keep that fire burning, you have to actively work on it, finding reasons within yourself to keep going, especially when life becomes challenging or discouraging. The real test of self-motivation is not in moments of ease, but in those tough times when quitting seems like the simpler option. In those moments, when everything feels like it's falling apart, that's when your inner strength and resilience come to light. This is where true motivation thrives, not when you're energized and inspired, but when you're exhausted and tempted to give up. Pushing through these struggles when all external validation or support has faded reveals who you really are. It's in these testing times that you discover the depth of your determination and the limits you're willing to defy. Ultimately, self-motivation is the relentless pursuit of your goals, regardless of obstacles, distractions, or setbacks. It's a commitment to self-driven growth, built one small victory at a time, even when no one is watching. Here's the hard truth: you have to want it more than anyone else. No one's going to show up and pull you out of bed. No one's going to put in the grind for you. And honestly, most people won't care whether you make it or not. It's all on you. Every single day, you have to face yourself in the mirror and remember why you're fighting. You have to dig deep, especially when no one is watching, and remind yourself what's at stake. The journey isn't about waiting for someone to save you. It's about becoming your own hero and showing up for yourself. You've got to be your biggest motivator. In a world where distractions are everywhere and the odds are stacked against you, no one will cheer you on more than you can. It's about stepping into the role of your own warrior, picking yourself up when things get tough, and pushing forward with relentless determination. If you're waiting for someone else to light the fire under you, you'll be waiting forever. You have to be the spark, the fuel, and the flame. Let me break it down for you. You're not always going to be in the mood to grind. That's just how it is. Your mind will constantly throw up barriers, convincing you that you've done enough or that it's time to quit. But here's the thing: that's when the real work starts. When your brain tells you to slow down, that's your cue to dig in and push even harder. It's not about how you feel in those easy moments. It's about what you do when every part of you wants to stop. Those are the critical moments that define who you are. It's in the struggle, in the discomfort, where growth happens. When you push past the resistance, you're stepping into the realm where the average person gives up. That's what separates you from everyone else. It's the decisions you make when it's tough that set you apart. Anyone can put in the work when they feel like it, but the exceptional ones are the people who show up and push through even when they don't. That's what makes all the difference. People always hit me with the same question: Goggins, how do you stay motivated? And the truth is, I don't always stay motivated. There are plenty of days where motivation is nowhere to be found. But here's the key: I've built discipline and mental toughness over time. These are the foundations that kick in when motivation fades away. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward, no matter how unbearable the grind feels. It's not about waiting for the right feeling. It's about showing up, no matter what. When you're tired, sore, and feel like you've been knocked down, it's discipline and mental resilience that pull you through. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is what keeps you locked in for the long haul. It's about training your mind to do the hard things even when you don't want to. That's how you get through those days when the last thing you want to do is show up and put in the work. When you're broken and beaten down, discipline is what drives you forward. Let me hit you with some cold, hard truth. You need to embrace the pain. Don't shy away from it. Welcome it. Discomfort is where real growth happens. Most people are conditioned to run from pain, but the ones who truly excel know that pain is their ally. Pain isn't something to fear. It's a teacher. It pushes you to your limits and shows you just how much more you're capable of. Every bit of progress you make, every ounce of strength you build, comes from pushing through that discomfort. If you spend your life avoiding pain, you're also avoiding progress. You'll never know what you're truly capable of until you push yourself into those uncomfortable places. Pain is the crucible that forges strength, resilience, and excellence. If you want to become better, faster, and stronger, you've got to learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable. The pain is where transformation happens. Look, life is going to hit you with challenges, no doubt about it. But it's not about trying to dodge the hard times. It's all about how you respond when they come. Are you going to sit back, wallow in self-pity, and let circumstances control you? Or are you going to rise up, take ownership, and push through the pain? That's the choice you have to make every single day. Self-motivation isn't waiting for the world to make things easier. It's taking responsibility for your actions, your mindset, and your future. You've got two choices: let life push you around, or take control and shape your own path. Self-motivation comes from realizing that no one else is responsible for your success. You are. When you take ownership of your life, the excuses fall away, and the power to push forward becomes yours. Whether the world throws obstacles at you or hands you setbacks, it's on you to decide how you'll respond and whether you'll let it stop you or drive you to succeed. Here's something you need to grasp. You are the machine. Your mind and body have untapped potential far beyond what you give yourself credit for. But here's the problem. We live in a world that's soft, where people quit the moment things get hard. They give up at the first sign of discomfort, and they settle for mediocrity. But not you. From now on, you've got to break away from that weak mentality and push through the discomfort. It's in those moments when you think you can't go any further that you start to discover what you're truly capable of. You need to understand that your limits are not where you think they are. When you push yourself past what feels like the breaking point, that's when you unlock the power that most people never tap into. That's when you start to grow, to level up, and to reach new heights. The world around you may try to keep you soft, but if you want to stand out, you need to keep grinding when others stop, fight when others quit, and dig deeper when everyone else gives up. That's how you'll tap into your full potential. When you feel like you've reached your limit, you've actually only tapped into 40% of your true potential. Your mind acts like a governor, restricting you, telling you that you've done enough. It tries to protect you from discomfort, but in doing so, it holds you back from what you're truly capable of. To break through that barrier, you need to train yourself to keep going, even when your mind is screaming at you to stop. That's where the real growth begins. Self-motivation isn't just about feeling good or waiting for the right moment. It's about knowing that you control your limits, not your mind, and definitely not anyone else. When you push past that threshold, you're taking ownership of your potential. You're proving to yourself that you're stronger than you think, and that you won't let mental or physical barriers define you. That's the key to unlocking true power and staying self-motivated. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you can't make it, that you're too tired, too weak, or that you should just quit. That voice isn't there to help you. It's your enemy. It's the one thing standing between you and greatness. But here's the truth. You can beat it. That voice isn't stronger than you are. It's just noise, and you have the power to silence it. Every single day, you need to fight back against that voice. You have to crush it, shut it down, and prove it wrong. Don't let it control your life. Don't let it stop you from reaching your potential. You are stronger than your doubts, stronger than your fears. Every time that voice tells you to give up, that's your cue to push harder. That's how you win the battle, not just against that voice, but against everything holding you back. When you're truly self-motivated, you stop relying on anyone else to push you. You become your own engine, driven, determined, and unstoppable. You set your goals, and instead of waiting for external factors to align, you go out and crush them. No excuses, no waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect time doesn't exist. You understand that if you keep waiting for ideal conditions, you'll never move forward. The hard truth is this: it's on you. No one's going to show up and do the work for you. No one's going to make your dreams happen but you. Self-motivation means taking full ownership of your journey, regardless of how hard it gets or how alone you feel. You push forward, not because it's easy, but because you refuse to settle for anything less than your best. So here's the challenge. Every day, do something that sucks. This isn't just about physical challenges. It can be a mental struggle too. Whether it's waking up early to work out, tackling a tough project at work, or facing uncomfortable conversations, you need to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Don't sit around waiting for motivation to strike like lightning, because it won't. It's already within you, just waiting to be unlocked. It requires hard work, consistency, and an unyielding sense of grit. When you commit to putting yourself through hell day after day, you cultivate a resilience that is hard to break. You become unstoppable, the kind of person who doesn't flinch in the face of adversity. Each small act of discipline builds your mental fortitude and sharpens your resolve. You train your mind to embrace discomfort, turning challenges into stepping stones. In doing so, you forge a new identity for yourself, one that thrives on challenges and conquers them without hesitation. Self-motivation isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when your mind is telling you to quit. You will face setbacks and failures along the way, but those moments aren't the end. They're merely stepping stones on your path to success. Every failure is an opportunity for growth, a chance to reassess, learn, and come back stronger than before. Each obstacle you encounter is not a roadblock, but a challenge waiting to be conquered, a chance to demonstrate your tenacity and resolve. When you face these trials head-on, you reinforce your identity as someone who pushes through adversity and refuses to back down. In this journey, it's crucial to remember that no one cares how hard your journey is. The weight of your struggles is yours alone to bear. This is where true self-motivation comes into play. You have to cultivate an insatiable desire to achieve your goals, one that is so powerful that nothing, and I mean nothing, can deter you from your path. It's about fostering an inner fire that burns brighter than any excuse or setback. You must want it so deeply that you're willing to put in the work, face the discomfort, and keep moving forward, no matter how challenging the road may become.